Ha! I caught you this time. I had the mic off and I was a good boy and checked. Else I would have done a 20-minute video and then I would have had it done it again? Do it again. So, hello, and lot of things coming down the pike here pretty soon. Long story short, OTCs mid to late January, big pushes coming, and then the February big booms, so heads up, just to let you know, with Moon Market and his Discord, we're discussing some certain things. We might do some kind of a combination event on there about a lot of the tickers that we might see that we really want to focus on making big booms. So just keep that down the line. Again, we're just discussing it right now, trying to figure out when and everything. So that will be pretty neat. All you guys, just to let you know that you're not a part of the Discord. It's the Moon Market Discord. He has his own channel also on YouTube, the Moon Market, and we have a if you watch my videos, I talk about quite a bit. Really good family there, and we're all in it to try to help each other make money. And I do this every day, streaming on his channel, and there we go, never fails. We make call outs during the day. Big runner that day. I describe the charts and all that stuff, and so if I'd like to invite you guys to go there if you can. It would be nice to see you there. With that said, I've got a lot of charts today. I'm going to try to break a record. I think I got 12 on here. I'm going to go pretty quickly because there's a snowstorm here in Minnesota, and we're getting like 6 inches, and I got to plow and all that stuff. Snow blow my driveway. So let's get to it. Let's start off with, I wasn't going to do AAPT, but now that I got it on there, I will do 13. Nothing wrong with that, I guess. AAPT, still in the downtrend here. We got up to the average price, and now we're working our way back down. Looks like there's support at the -1 deviation, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it come down here and then make a move back to the upside. So if you're in it and you're bag holding, well, you got a little bit farther ways to go, but there might be some good news in sight here. So just that with AAPT. Next is AMLH. Like I said, it doesn't happen all the time, but we do have, first of all, we still have this big bearish XBAT pattern. Man, must be rough being it just seems like it always hits at least minimum the second target. The third target is down here. It got close to it down here, but then we had a nice big pop up. But in the meantime, it's creating this wolf wedge right here. And I thought I had my pen up. I guess I didn't. There it is. And that is a bullish pattern. Basically what we're looking, here's the first wave, second wave, third wave, and now the fourth wave. You want it to break the wedge down here, and then this dotted line right here is the target price, and if you notice, is way up there. So farther this goes down, I know that the zero is right here. So I don't think we're going to get there. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it might be done bouncing right. It might start bouncing from here. And this it is a good sized wedge, but it's a massive one. So if it breaks 0023, we might get down to 0017. We do have consolidation right here, support. So That wouldn't be surprising. Maybe in a couple more days, or maybe just one day, or we might get what I call a ghost wick, which here's a a candle right here, and then like within 20 seconds you get this boom. Once not just a wick, right? And it just flashes down there and comes right back up, and you're like, what? Why couldn't I get in? Well, some hedge fund guy has a limit order down there, and boom, they push it down, and it comes back up, and they get their nice little money in there while we're all going, what the heck? Well, that's the way it is. So it could do something like that, and then make a big move upward, probably the end of January. The way it's looking like right now. Price wise, here's mid January. This is where January 21st area. It could have a big move up, come back down, and then February, boom, there it is again. So a lot of the OTC patterns, it looks like they're all setting up to come down, and then boom. And we'll see that with just about all these. It's like a broken record. Again, this isn't financial advice. I heard there's a meme going on already out there, and someone's making a t-shirt that they're going to give me. I'm just an old man in a dark room looking at 3 monitors, so do your own DD, do your own, chart reading. But I just like doing this, and if just take me with a grain of salt. But it doesn't hurt to have more options with people giving you unprofessional advice. Unprofessional. With that said, that's what I got with the AMLH, and I got to hurry up because at this pace I'll be here till midnight. AXXA is next. AXXA, this isn't a steep up and steep down like back here. But now, again, this is what we're talking about, guys. This is the pattern. Look at this. Mid-January, January 28th, boom. Take your money out. We're going to the moon all the way through February. No, because look what happens. Boom. All right, or boink, as Terry likes to hear me say. Here's a ghost wick right here, okay? And then what happens? And then around February 1st, then it takes off again. So there is a good, let's see, this took off on the 25th, and then it bounces. So we have a week where it tanks. Take your money, guys, here, load up, and then get back in down here. Instead of holding through all this craziness, get out and then get back in, and then, compound that those profits. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we might be discussing in our little event that we'll be going through. So right now, this wasn't as steep. It's still pretty steep coming down, but it's not, straight down. There is a little bit of an angle to it. I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe even bottoms out here at 0391, or it might work its way down to the average price of 0278 before we see something else. So that's what I have for AXXA. Next is CYBL. Again, we had those 2 big days. Here we go. We're going to the moon. No, and here we go. We did bottom out here on support. And good news is we're kind of, we had this downtrend, and now we're starting to kind of go sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of muddle around in this downtrend area here. Maybe even have a blue day and come up above it, and the next day we're down. But the end is pretty close. I don't really see it going down much farther than this. And I'm looking at around 18th, 19th of January. I wouldn't be surprised if we break out and then start making a big move up. So that's what I have with CYBL. FERN, again, comes back up. Now it's coming back down. I have a ghost wick right here. We got down to 0218. But overall, we're still in this downtrend. Technically, today we moved away even more from it. We do have this wolf wedge, though, and surprisingly, it's bullish. So this is a really, really big, long wedge, though. So I don't necessarily seen a long drawn out, down here, because that would take us to, down to February 10th. I do think that we are going to get a pop in the second, third week of January, and then maybe come back down, and then another big move here. But the way the wedge is looking right now, it's only going to take 2 more days to get below the wedge. Now, farther out the wedge, you come down here. You want this wedge, these waves, the second and fourth, to parallel with each other. This one's still a little steep. Maybe it might pan out a little bit and still reach around this area. That would be nice. Really good news, you want nothing but red candles coming down. That sets up a bear trap, and so far we have just red. So I would like to see that come down to maybe don't make it sound scary, 0.015. Really, that's just, we are in kind of uncharted territory, though, deviation-wise, because the lowest we've gotten would be about right here, this area. The 1 deviation line is right here. We did dip below it, so that would have been smart money, but I still think we might maybe come down to that area again. I think that might be the lowest it will go. And that is probably, that 0.0185 area. If we get in down here, that would be some smart money right here, I think, before a nice run with FERN. Next we have is ICOA. ICOA, the pattern is kind of starting to break the pattern, kind of starting to go sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of goes sideways while this -1 deviation line is met right here. We just about touched it today, so it might be done. Maybe it starts coming up this way, or we might have one more red day, maybe a smaller one bouncing off there again, and then having upward movement and challenging the resistance at 0094. Maybe it gets up there, a little small bounce, and then back to the upside. So this one I have with ICOA. Next is ILUS, and no, I better not change my lineup, else I'll forget. HDUP, and there we go. Okay, so HDUP is scary. If you're in it down here, awesome. Maybe you've taken some, that stop loss guys that tell you steeper and steeper it goes, higher it goes, tighter and tighter, get that stop loss in during the day. I would love to hear, people say, man, Ron, I wrote it up and, it started coming back down. I got out at 12, and now we're at 9. Here's the, guys, the average price is down here, the average. So be careful. This was a really, really bad wolf wedge pattern here. I mean, look what it did. It went outside the top of the wedge, got an ignition candle right on the wedge, and then boom. Here's the target price right there, and look at what it did. So sometimes even bad patterns still work, but I wouldn't have trusted that. So, came back down probably. We're looking at we're just not even on the 50% fib here, and I know I did this before on OWUV. where it hit that 50%, pretty steep, and then it had another good bounce. So we still might see this with HDUP. If you're not in it, I would be careful. Maybe put a date night, in it, and if it gets down to the 0.086 area, or even the 0.075 area, maybe put something in and see if it comes up. If it starts coming down, maybe 10% stop loss, get out, and you lose $30 or something like that. It's no big deal. The risk to reward right now being this high up is, here's your smart money right here. So getting up, buying up here, while smart money is actually selling. So you're buying when they're selling. That's, you want to be careful about that. Maybe intraday trade it if you want. If you think it's going up, just get in and out during the day. But just be careful with that yet. I think we're still going to come. We might come down to 0.823 area or so. Maybe see a bounce right there, because there is resistance, which is actually now a support line down here. There's concurrence because this is a good area. The 50% fib line is about right here, 61.8. So this area might be a good buy-in area, considering this is kind of support. But if it dips below that support right here, then we're looking at 0.0654, another area, 495 area. So that's what we're looking at with HDUP. Then we have ILUS, and where's ILUS on here? Here's ILUS. Well, we had a couple great days. We broke the we broke the Andrews pitchfork, which is good. And then here we go. ILUS loves to tease on trend lines. Look at that. It's like, gee, they knew where the trend line is, and sure enough, we could have. And believe me, I know ILUS very well. It likes to. We might have a blue day Tuesday, and then we'll come back below, and this is called straddling. And all you're doing is concentrating on these blue days. Look at all these blue days, but next thing you're down 20% in your account, because as you're looking at all those blues, we're still going down. So be careful of ILUS. Overall, right now we have a low here, and now we set so far a high here. We could very well, tomorrow break 2883, which is daily resistance, and then do something like this, and then break the primary downtrend line, which is right here. So we could do something like that. Personally, just the way things are going, here we are. This downtrend line, I could very easily see us, maybe having a couple of big red days and getting down to the support at 2.2 right in the middle of January, and then ba-boom, and gapping up over a trend line. That just happened to me yesterday. Waiting on a stock for 2 weeks, getting closer and closer to the trend line. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to get in, and then the next, that day it gaps up 30%, and you've got to be kidding me. So that happens, guys, and you just got to roll with the punches. There's 6,000 stocks out there, so just set it and forget it. So that's what I have with ILUS. And then, I thought I had it on here. There we are. OWUV, sharp up, sharp down. We did bounce off of 1871 area right here, which was this resistance for the on the daily. That's does not make sense. But had a good day today, 17%. Tomorrow, I'd like to see, it's so steep you really can't even put a trend line on it. Maybe I'll get some kind of, maybe off of today's high, see what happens here. We might come down to the average price again here at 0.1454. That's a massive retracement. So if we see something come back up, I don't expect it to match the high. Usually on such a big retracement like that, I don't want to be prideful and guesstimate here. Here's the 50%. So if, like I said before, it's a marathon. 50% is a good rest to be strong enough, but the bears just keep pushing it down. So usually when that happens, we get below 78.6. Usually the next move isn't higher than the 50% line, rarely above the 38.2% area. So just to let you know on that. So maybe a date night money again. Let it run up and go from there with OWUV. One I haven't talked about lately is PUGE. Want to bring that back on the list. We're starting around now. We're starting to get, we had a little burst here and everyone's all excited on, getting their undies in a wedge. Just calm down. It came back down here, but overall it's starting to mellow out. So that's good. It broke, a primary or a secondary trend line here. This is the primary trend line right here. So just like a lot of the other stocks, starting to see consolidation, and then out of nowhere, then boom, we have a big day. So that's something to look at with PUGE. We're right off the -1 deviation, guys. It just looks like it's getting ready to bounce. So this might be a good time to get into it. We might consolidate up and down. You might be up 20%, down 20%, something like that. But this would be a pretty, close to smart money right here. So I have that with PUGE. My call stock WNBD. Just like I said before, consolidation. I'm up 10%, down 10%, up 20, down 20. I'm just waiting for a pop, just like right down here. Here's January, the end of January 15th. Big jump up. This one more or less just kind of consolidated. Had one really bad day here, and then boom. This was pretty much, this pop started on February 5th. So I'm just waiting for that area. I might scalp right here in this area and wait for a big down day, get back in and do that with WNBD. And then BOTY, I'm in at 0009, it's at 0007, whatever, so I'm down, I don't know, whatever percent. But not concerned. I really doubt it, goes below 0.0005. Waiting for something like that. That would be very, very nice. Again, guys, don't put your whole, portfolio in something like this. You can put a decent amount in, and just let it, what I call stew, or simmer, and wait for a good pop. Take your money, and have fun. And then the last one here, let's see, is I just put this late on the list too. Some people were asking me about it, is DWAC. My wife just yelled at the dog. I'm afraid. Okay, so obviously a big run up. Now it's just kind of consolidating here. I'd like to see it, to feel comfortable with it, maybe 7784 area. Or if we come back down into this baseline right here at around 53 and starts trending up again, that would be something fun to get into. Or, put a date night in money here and see then if it rips above that area, and then put some more into it, and then get a tight stop loss on it and see. Or do some options. Be very careful with the options, please. And you can make some money on that also. But we definitely, fast up, fast down. Then we came down here. We broke that downtrend line. And here's a lot of people don't forget about support lines. So here's the support line. And this is when the trend starts to change, when you start putting in support lines that start to, instead of pointing down, now they start pointing up. That's a good sign that the trend has changed. But now then we have a downtrend line here. It breaks that downtrend line, and now we start having support here. Then it breaks here. Okay, now we have support definitely going to the upside. And we have something more of a channel right now. And so as long as it stays above that trend line, guys, just be careful. A lot of people use trend line as a stop loss. So we have something like this, come up, down, maybe bounce off the trend line, comes in. If you're in here, you see a dip here, and then move your stop loss there. Comes down, does something like this, and and then boom, it breaks the downtrend. Well, then you get stopped out right there, and you made all that money. So something like that. And that's what I have with DWAC. And with that said, guys, thank you for putting up with me for 27 minutes. Well, if you watch the whole thing, put in comments, I did it. Okay, I put up with Ron and the wife yelling at the dogs and all that, and celebrate and have a shot of scotch on me tonight. So, and with that said, guys, again, thank you very much. If you like the videos, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. And again, I'll let you know further on down the line about the maybe not set in stone, but event here coming up soon, because we really think that these pushes are going to be starting here. The second, in between the second, third week of January, big push up, a really big week, and then coming down, and then February again taking off. So we see a lot of stocks fitting that pattern, and so we're going to be going over those and discussing all that stuff. So with that said, guys, take care, have a good night, and we will be talking to you later.